What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to another episode, everybody. Today we are going to be going over my smash start 5 running backs and what we're looking here for in week 14 with the playoffs right around the corner. And if you guys are new in the channel, I don't use like superstar names for the smash starts. I like to make it a little more difficult. What we're going to be looking for is a floor of 12 plus points with 20-point TD upside. And I like to show you my last week's transparency so I can be better for you guys. And that way you can see what I do. So I'm not just, saying I said these guys or whatever it is. There's a lot of research and analysis that goes into behind this. So when you're looking at last week, this is my Twitter, by the way, as well. Same thing, Sleazeball, My Mind's a Weapon. If you want to go in there, we're almost at 26,000. All the support would be greatly appreciated there as well, too. But QBs, I look for 20 plus points. Running backs, again, 12-point floor with 20-point TD upside. Same for wide receivers. And then tight ends, always the hardest, especially when you're not using like the top 5 superstar guys. I look for a floor of 10 points with 15-point TD upside. So we hit all 3 quarterbacks last week. Jacoby Brissett, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, all smashed over 20. Kenneth Walker gets vultured by Charbonnet again, so we missed there. Jalen Warren, RJ Harvey, Quinshon Judkins all hit. Travion Henderson, the work. Ramondre Stevenson last night, man, that was rough to watch. A.J. Brown, Chris Olave both hit wide receiver side. Jalen Waddle, Wan'Dale Robinson missed. Michael Wilson, I also, when I do these videos, they're on Tuesdays, so I didn't know that MHJ was playing. I also said during the shows, if MHJ plays, I don't like Michael Wilson, but we might not have MHJ again, so we're going to have a little Michael Wilson coming in the next video here. So tight ends, Mark Andrews, TJ Hawkinson, they hit. Dallas Goedert, of course, did not hit. Still looking for that perfect week, man. It is so hard. That was one of my goals this year, was to hit like an all 15 chart of like outside superstar names. It's been very tough, but we've been doing pretty good there. So now, before we dive into it, we're going to look at defensive statistics. We're going to look at last 4 weeks. We're going to look at the season. We're going to look at defensive injuries. We're going to look at game script. We're going to look at a ton of stuff here to why I like these running backs to smash again this week. Now, before we dive into it, as always, make sure you tap that thumbs up, hit that subscription button, turn that bell on. Helps me out a ton. Can't thank you guys enough for all the support. Again, if you have any questions, comments, not to pertain to this video, drop them down below. I try to answer every single one of them. And then shout out to the sponsor, drafters.com. If you want to sign up on there, use promo code SLEAZE. And the guys that have Premium Discord, both those links are pinned in the description and at the top comment of the video, guys. Now let's dive into my 5 smash start running backs in week 14 that are going to carry you to the championship. Starting off with running back number 1, and yes, it is one last dance. I'm tired of these freaking Charbonnet stealing the goal line touchdowns from Kenneth Walker as he takes them down there. It drives me absolutely crazy. So you're going to have the 9-3 Seahawks heading into the Dome, 4-8 Atlanta Falcons. Over under 43.5. Seattle is favored by 7.5 in this game. And I know you're at a 50-50 split or a 55-45 split. If you look at it, Kenneth Walker has gotten more work over the past 2 weeks than the past, previous 2 weeks. And the coaches lean to he's going to get more work. Just we had a game last week versus, Brosmer where the defense scored 30 points. So you didn't get enough K9 in that game. Going to be a different story here at Atlanta. Now, when you look at Atlanta's defense as well, over the past 4 weeks, they've been hemorrhaging points to the running back. 25.3 points per game, ranking 21st. 413 yards just rushing on the ground. So you're looking at 100 yards a game on the ground right there. 4 touchdowns as well. So that's a touchdown per game on the ground. And they've also given up 167, which is bottom 10 in the air as well. That's about 570 yards over 4 games. This is why I like Kenneth Walker here. Now, I know that they could get down there and Charbonnet could steal the goal line work. That's fine. And if you don't want to throw out Kenneth Walker in your lineup, that's fine as well. I can't argue that because, he's had 10, 13, 20 points. It hasn't been bad. He just hasn't had that big K9 game here. I expect him to break a big one here. The explosive play is going to be there, especially with the pressure that the Falcons bring off the edge. If he can just crack one through the middle and get to the second level, he will be gone. So that is why I like Kenneth Walker this week. I like the matchup. I like there's no weather. And no more Charbonnet stealing that goal line punch, man. Give it to K9 one time, and I'm still either flexing him regardless, even if I have him. The matchup is too good. Running back number 2 that is going to smash is going to be Kyren Williams, and most people are going to be afraid to start him coming off the injury. But we've got the update that he felt pretty good on Monday. And now you have to look at it like the Rams were kind of saving him with Blake Corum and giving Blake Corum more usage. Obviously, Blake Corum scored last week as well. First touchdown for him on the season. But what you have to look at as well is now you have a lot of teams 9-3. The NFC West battle, even the 49ers right with them as well, with the loss that they had last week. And now the Bears are the number 1 seed. There's no more messing around time here trying to hold off any player. We need every single win. Yes, they're going to be playing the Arizona Cardinals, but the Arizona Cardinals aren't the Arizona Cardinals of old with Jacoby Brissett. They've been hanging in games. He's made the offense better. And you're going to be at Arizona, which eludes all weather if you were playing any East Coast team or cold games as well. And what you have to look at with the Arizona Cardinals defense is how bad they have been versus the run. It is absolutely crazy. And then we got to look at their injuries, but we'll look at the defense first. Past 4 weeks, guys, 29.5 points they allow per game to the running back position alone. That is 4th worst in the NFL, ranking 29th. 459 yards just on the ground. So you're looking at about 115 yards average on the ground. 5 rushing touchdowns, so that's over 1 per game. 141 through there. That's 600 total yards to the running back position. 2 touchdowns through the air. That's 600 yards and 7 touchdowns they've given up to the position. Kyren Williams is absolutely going to smash in this game. And when you're looking at it, the over-under for the game with Arizona right now, and they got it. This is what I'm talking about with Jacoby Brissett. It's at 48.5. Rams defense is good. And they're giving Jacoby Brissett that much credit because he's earned that much credit because he's had 5 straight games of 20-plus points. So it is time to feed Kyren Williams the rock. It is time for the Rams to start, I'm going to say stop using their Blake Coleman kind of timeshare here. This is where you're going to see Kyren down the stretch, and I absolutely love him to smash this week. Running back number 3, we're going to double dip and look for a double hit with the rookie R.J. Harvey for the Denver Broncos. They're going to be heading into the Las Vegas Raiders for an AFC West showdown. And when you head into Vegas, you're not going to have that crazy cold weather or anything like that in this situation. And I know that R.J. Harvey, it's still kind of a Sean Payton nightmare, right? Like J.K. Dobbins goes down and we only get 61%, then 47% R.J. Harvey last week. But he can flash and show you what he can do with literally 16 touches, right? So last week, and I know the rushing was rough, man. He was 13 for 35, 2.69 yards per carry. Wasn't a good look. Still dropped 21.2 fantasy points with the overtime touchdown. But just get the guy in space. Like, I don't think they're using him right, but this matchup is going to be great against the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, they give up 25 points a game to the running back position, ranking 19th. 451 on the ground over the last 4 weeks, about 115. 4 touchdowns, about a touchdown a game. 135 through the air, so about another 600 yards over 4 weeks, about 150 a pop, and another touchdown through the air, which makes it 5 total TDs. Now, the only thing got to be worried about here is the Raiders are just playing terrible football. Like, this Denver defense is going to absolutely crush Geno Smith, and I fear for like 5-6 sacks. I mean, this defense leads the NFL in sacks as well. That's why they're 10-2. Their defense keeps them in the game offensively because their offense really hasn't been that good with Bo Nix this year, to be honest. So R.J. Harvey is their explosive running back, but we're seeing Tyler Beatty get snaps. I mean, I don't know what is going on here in Denver. This should be the R.J. Harvey show all the way from here. Maybe they're, taking it slow with a 10-2 record with their rookie running back. But it is time to unleash this man and let's see what he's got. And I like him to smash again, even though he's only playing like 40, in between 40 to 60% snaps, because he's so damn explosive and this matchup is so nice. Running back number 4 that is going to smash is going to be Chase Brown of the Cincinnati Bengals with Joe Burrow back. And Samaje Perine, of course, comes back and you get this 60-40 split, which drives me nuts, but it's still not going to take me away from Chase Brown this week, going up against the Buffalo Bills when the over-under is 51.5 and Buffalo is favored by 6. And since the season isn't over at 4-8, they're still fighting for something here. Now, I know it kind of sucks. We went from 89, 82, 96% snap share. Now we're down to 60%. And Samaje Perine got a lot of work. But what you have to look at here in the Buffalo game, and they are just crushed by injuries, man. Losing Ed Oliver in the center has just made their run defense absolutely atrocious. So we're going to look at the injuries here first on this side. So as of right now, Bernard, the linebacker, questionable to play. They've got, Joey Bosa, questionable to play with a hamstring. He's, older side. He always has hamstring problems. Landon Jackson, the DN, on November 11th, went to IR. Ed Oliver went to IR. Hotchett, their other DN. Taylor Rapp, their safety. I mean, Hamlin, the safety. This defense is just decimated. Even their backup safeties are hurt behind them, and Owens. So that's why they've been getting just gashed by the run. So look at Buffalo for the past 4 weeks. They give you 28.6 points to the running back alone, which ranks 28th, 500 yards on the ground. So you're looking at 120 yards on the ground on average, 124 through the air, so that's about 625 yards in 4 games. And then you've given up 5 touchdowns on the ground and 1 touchdown through the air. So you're looking at a 1.5 touchdown chance and about 150-yard average in this game. And I know P. Ryan's going to see some work, which is going to drive me nuts, everyone nuts, every Chase Brown owner nuts. I know that. But still, this matchup is absolutely beautiful, and there is no way I'm benching Chase Brown regardless, even if P. Ryan's getting the work or not. Last but not least, the rumbling, bumbling rookie out of Ohio State, Quinshon Judkins. And he's in another situation kind of like RJ Harvey, where I'm like, man, just give this guy the full workload, right? Like, he's been balling out for how long now? And he hasn't seen over 60% of the snaps about one time in the season versus Miami in week 7. He needs to be at a 78% work share with, dude, he's built like a brick. Dude, excuse my French, I didn't cuss, but I try not to cuss anymore. But 221 pounds. Like, this is the cold weather time. This is Quinshon Judkins, Derrick Henry type big boy running time. You're going to be at home in Cleveland. You're getting the Tennessee Titans. The weather's going to be 32 degrees and freezing. I want 25 touches on the ground for Quinshon Judkins, and that's what I'm predicting in this game. And when you're going up against the Tennessee Titans run D, I know they've been a good run D. They ranked number 3, giving up 15.4 points for the last 4 weeks, only 212 yards as well. But that's not what I'm looking at here. I'm looking at game script here. And I'm looking at how Myles Garrett is chasing the sack record and how that Cleveland defense is going to absolutely obliterate the Tennessee Titans offensive side of the ball, which is going to give them more opportunities defensively, which is why Quinshon Judkins an anytime touchdown is one of my locks of the week that I'm going to give you right now in the video for a touchdown. And that is why he is going to smash this week. And honestly, he's probably going to smash for the rest of this season because it is cold big boy Quinshon time. Thanks for rocking with me. That is the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the content on my 5 smash start running backs. Remember, guys, if you have any questions, comments, anything, drop them down below. On your way up, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, turn that bell on. My next episode is going to be my 5 smash start wide receivers. We're going to get all of them this time, man. I want to hit it one time. And if you guys haven't checked out the sponsor or the Guys FF Discord, again, both those are linked in there, guys. That's it for me in this episode. I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Sleazebum out.